One day, the sons of God presented themselves before him. Representatives of every world were present. Satan came also and was seated with the council as the prince of the earth.
Where have you come from, Satan?
From the earth.
Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright.
You think Job serves you because he loves you? No way! Job serves you to get all the blessing you gave him. But you give Satan so many blessings that every herd and flocks he has have covered every hillside. But you place Job in a cocoon. If you would take everything he has, he will curse you from your face for sure.
Job is in your hands, but no one, on the man himself do not lay a finger.
After the council ended, Satan immediately went to work on Job's.
What a beautiful day. It's great to be alive. God has certainly blessed us, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. We have such a nice house and many so beautiful possessions. It's nice to be rich. Master! Master!
Well done, my good woman.
Tragedy, my lord, a terrible tragedy. The civilians came upon us, burst their friends while we were flowing. They stole our oxen and killed the servants. Only I survived.
I'm glad you escaped. Sit down and calm yourself. Have been through terrible work.
Oh, my lord, Job, while we are watching the ship, fire came down out of nowhere and burned all the flocks and all the servants. I, the only one who escaped.
Come into the house and lay down, you need.
Cutting. Oh, Job, what shall we do? We have lost our oxen and our servants and our sheep. It's almost half of our wealth.
Remember, dear, we haven't lost everything. Above all, we have still our children, our most precious possession. We have still our God.
My lord,
Yes, my son, go on.
your oldest son invite all your children for a feast, and a great wind struck the house, and it's collapsed. All your children are dead. No.
God gives and God takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Master! Master! Oh dear, what now?
My lord, 3 bands of Chaldeans attacked us and took all your camels and killed all your servants. I alone escaped dying.
Oh Job, what shall we do? Why has God done
The
this to us?
council convened before God. Satan came again as the representatives from the earth.
Where have you come from, Satan?
From the earth.
Have you noticed that Job still maintains his loyalty to me, even though he has lost all his treasures?
In verse 3, the man will do all he can for his
Very well then, he is in your hands, but you must spare his life.
So Satan left at the council, at the presence of
Job, you're burning up. I don't understand why the doctors can't help you.
Job was covered from head to foot with painful sores. He couldn't find a comfortable position. He was too miserable to eat or drink. Job used a piece of broken pottery to open the boils and scrape the pus from the sores. Scabs blistered and oozed with pus and blood. For days he continued breaking new boils. He grew weaker and weaker. You look terrible.
You look terrible. You smell terrible. I can't bear to be near you. How can you hold on to your faith? Why don't you curse God and die?
You are talking like a foolish woman. Should we accept the good and the bad from God?
In all his misery, Job did not turn from God. Instead, Job turned to God for strength. Satan did not understand. He had never seen any faith withstand such suffering. He determined to bring a third trial to Job. Perhaps Job's friend could discourage him enough to yet forsake God. Job's best calamities had heard. They came to comfort him, but they were not prepared for the sight that met their eyes. When Job's friends saw him, their stomachs turned. They hardly recognized their friends. It was the custom to remain silent until your host spoke, and Job was in such pain. that he couldn't speak, so his friends sat in silence for 7 days, waiting for Job to acknowledge them. Basa.
I have no peace or rest. My body is in constant pain. I have lost all my own. My children are dead. My wife would come near me. Now my friends have turned against me. I wish I had never been born.
Has anyone innocent ever perished? Were the upright ever destroyed? Confess your sins, and God will take this terrible curse from you.
I cannot recall any willful sin I have committed. Surely this suffering is not the result of a sin I have done.
How can you say such things? Look at yourself. God surely is punishing you. Plead with God and He will restore you.
I don't know why this has happened to me, but I can't believe God is punishing me.
You should be ashamed of yourself. If you put away the sin that you're hiding from us, then God will hear you and take away this terrible punishment. I wish that God could speak to you himself.
I wish I could speak with God. I am sure that I am pure in His sight.
Because I am the youngest, I have waited until last stage. Surely, Job, you must see that God was good people and punished the people. From the explanation, you can see for your miserable condition is you. This is all your fault. You have done something very evil in the sight of God. Why else would he treat you so severely?
Kayo, some comforters you are.
Some comforters you are. You cover me with lies. I am blameless. You cover God with lies. She blesses both the good and the bad. But suffer I wish you would all be quiet. Even God says to heal me, I wish still trust Him.
Job was faced with the problem of explaining to his friend the reason for his afflictions. Job's wife and friends could not see the big picture. They did not know the real reason for Job's calamities. The mental anguish this caused Job brought greater suffering to him than the loss of his possessions, the death of his children, or the pain of his oil-covered body. Job did not understand the reason for his suffering either, but his faith in God was not destroyed. From the depths of despair and depression, Job determined to trust God. Whatever happened to him, at last, God spoke.
Where were you, Job, when I laid the earth's foundation, who marked off its dimensions? Do you know the laws of the heavens? Everything under heaven belongs to me and operates by my power.
I know that you can do all things, that everything is in your power. Surely I spoke of things I did not understand. My ears have heard you, but my eyes have seen you.
Job was content. His friends did not understand him, but God did. His friends did not comfort him, but God did.
You have not spoken of me what is right. My servant Job will pray for you. I will accept his prayer and not deal with you because of your foolishness.
Job did pray for his friends. In time, God made Job prosperous. Once again, he was healthy. Once again, he had his children. By his patient endurance, Job had proven to the unseen cosmic audience that God was just and Satan had lied. Everyone in the universe saw that people could love God for who he is, not what. Not every person who suffers today is being tested as Job was. He was a special case, brought forward because Satan insisted. Sorrow and suffering were the natural results of Satan's rebellion against God's law of love. Job's story shows us that good and bad people suffer. Both good and bad people are blessed. His story shows us that all sin and suffering originated with Satan. Job's story also shows us two different ways of react to suffering. Like Job's friends, we can blame God for all the bad things that happened. Or like Job, we can learn to trust God no matter what.